Hi guys, and welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. Welcome to again another beautiful day. I've been for a very long bike ride this morning, and I had actually a massage. Massages here are about seven euros, about £6, and they last for an hour, so it's pretty awesome. So today I've just popped by again to this lovely family's little place, and I've got ginger tea. Can you see it in there? The ginger, fresh ginger. Can you see that? Fresh ginger, yay! And I treated myself to, I felt I needed my stomach to strengthen up a bit, and yay! A coconut, yay! It's actually full to the top. To drink this, it's probably 1.5 of these, maybe 2. So, and that's really fantastic. Unfortunately, the coconut juice that we have in England, apparently, if you look into it, it's all been boiled. And once you boil, the Balinese like their loud motorbikes every now and again. So yeah, if you boil the coconut water, which apparently they have to do by law, so you know how it is when you put anything in a plastic container, it has to have that kind of sell by date, and you know, so they can keep it longer, so they stay longer on the shelves. Whereas this, my dear friends, is what you call straight from the tree, and that's called real food. So I often tell people that everything that you get out of a plastic carton isn't food. It's been killed from its original form. So most of the times we eat non-food. We think we're eating food because it's in a nice packet and it shows you a lovely picture of pasta and all that, but it's non-food. It isn't actually real. So we don't actually eat real food, and I've realised that over these few months that it's so important that we eat food. So if we go to an organic farm, if we can get organic vegetables and fruit, then you're eating real food, and that's really important for the body, because the body energizes itself, because it's what we eat, it's what we need, it's what our body wants daily, it needs daily. And when our body doesn't get what it wants, then it goes and starts searching inside and looking for things, and all of a sudden it's not working as it should work. And then when it doesn't work as it should work, it's because it's looking for something in there to maybe try and take from something else, and before you know it, your body's out of sync, because your body's crying for certain foods and vegetables and fruits. And you see, what I've noticed, and this is really true, I said it to somebody who I love very much. I said, you know, when I go into the little grocers now what sell fresh produce, I said, I can feel what I need to eat. I can feel the energy from the fruit, what I need, and I feel vegetables that I need now. Before I had no clue. It's kind of amazing, really, when you think about it. When we start to really truly eat fruit and vegetables, which we're made to eat, when we are made to eat that, our body works perfectly well, perfectly in sync, and then we become the higher self, our higher self. So it's really interesting. The more I look into health and eating fruit, well, you know, eating food, that's basically, it's that simple. And I did a post on Facebook this morning of Health Nut News. Erin, she posted one of the simple facts that turmeric is amazing for cancer. It plays havoc on the body and heals the body from cancerous cells and all of these things. So we're starting to wake up now to the fact that actually anything to do with what Mother gives us in its natural form actually cures us, keeps us healthy. That's a really silly thing to say. Nothing cures us. We get ill because we eat non-foods. If we eat real foods, then there's no illness in us. There can't be, because our body is functioning in the right way. So predominantly it's fresh water. That's if you can find it, not contaminated. But if you can get fresh water and fresh fruit and vegetables which haven't been contaminated by GMOs, then your body will live a healthy long life, in my humble opinion, with a little dash of spirituality, meditation, yoga, all of the things that help you, and a really big dash of a big splash, a big scoopful of exercise. I think that's really it. Oh my God, I was going to talk about something completely different today, guys. I was going to talk about media and how I noticed when I step back from media, guys, which was a good few months now, and I'm starting to see what's happening. I never saw it before because I was in media, and that means I was involved in it every day. And so I picked my phone up like I would look at my watch. And I think a lot of us are becoming more addicted to social media, to the pull that this very, very clever manipulation is bringing us all into. And I see it daily. I don't know if you do or not, or if you feel it, but I remember I was defending it once when somebody was saying it to me, and I was defending it by saying, I actually got a little bit angry, and I said, look, live and let live, let people do what they do. And I said, at the end of the day, you know, I use social media as a platform to help promote well-being, goodness, and it's part of my business too. So it really works well for me. And to a degree, that's true for a lot of us, but there is a little hidden side to all of that. There's a dark side to it. And we have to be aware of that, all of us. We have to be aware of it. Kids, adults, in fact, adults it's a little bit easier because we knew what kids don't know now, right? We remember life without a phone. But kids who are brought up into this world, all they know is the phone. So they look at us and say, what are you talking about? Because they can't compare it. So as kids, we used to play in the park and kick a football, and you know, we used to sit and talk. Now you see a lot of kids who are growing up in this kind of scary environment with social media. They can't interact. They're really struggling to interact with one another. They can interact over a black screen, but they can't interact face to face. They really struggle with that. And so there is going to be at some point a recognition of some sort of illness, that we have become almost addicted to a phone, and without it we're going to be ill, or we're going to feel emotionally down and sad. Now, a lot of the things about social media and why we interact with it is because of, well, you want the truth? It's because we don't love ourselves, and it's because we're not our best friend. That's the truth. And so why I'm saying that is because if you're your best friend and you love yourself, you're not looking for people to look at what you're doing from day to day. You're not wanting to tell people what you think and how angry you are because of certain things, because it really doesn't matter. That's all interaction because you want attention. That's what happened to me at one point, and I started to see that in me, and I started to see my life was just the phone. And you're looking at this now thinking, well, you make videos every day. Yeah, I do, that's true. But I do this because of you, because I want to share messages like this with you to help you grow and become stronger than certain things that I see. And I've got to be honest with you, I really try and keep away from the phone, Facebook, all the other stuff, the social media stuff. I try and stay away. I don't now really look at anything to do with newspapers. I don't watch the news, as you know, for years. I haven't got a TV, so I don't interact with that. Now, a lot of people would say that I am being, I've got my head in the sand and I'm a new ager, and you know, you can't change the world if you send love to everybody. And to a degree, they're right. So you have to be you have to have the balance, I think. And the balance is, yes, share your truth. You can't share everything, you can't do everything, but share your truth. Be kind, be caring when you do it. Don't be hurtful, don't be judgmental, but share what you've learned and learn what other people share in balance. But if you were to ask me how I feel about the importance of your day, I would say that, well, first of all, you need to ask yourself, are you addicted to the phone? So the question is, when I was talking about this to you, saying that, you know what, why do you fight? You know, let's ask it, let me ask you that again. You know, When was the last time you went on social media and started arguing with somebody because you didn't like what they said? When was the last time you posted something about what you eat? When was the last time you took a photo of your food? When was the last time you started putting your point across to maybe tell somebody that they're wrong? All of these things to me are a sure sign of us being addicted to the phone, and where we're basically spending more time challenging and battling others instead of healing our challenges and curing our battles within ourselves. So I think today's message would be, find the balance when you're on social media, but please give yourself at least a week or two to come off social media. It took me a month to get off that energy, but it took a while and it was challenging because I was addicted too. So I'm not going to lie to you, I was, but I saw what I needed to do and change in my life, and I did it. And let me tell you something, what I feel today and how I feel in my mind is a complete and utter peace and tranquility. Whereas before, I couldn't allow myself that because social media addiction had taken over my life. So wherever I was, whatever I was doing, all I kept thinking is what I need to share with everybody else, when in truth, I lost my truth because I was too busy thinking about posting and looking at everybody else and trying to help everybody. It's a bit like I said to you, if you're helping everybody else, you can never help yourself. And that's the same as social media and Facebook. It's like you're always trying to help and do things. Well, what about you? And that's what I did. I said, what about you, Mark? So I kind of chucked the phone away and started living life. Can you believe that? Can you believe living life is more about getting away from the phone and starting to understand your own journey and why you're here? It's true, it really is. So it may take a little bit of time. I'm not so sure if you can do it straight away, but you can try. You can try and limit yourself to the phone as much as you can and try and get out there and do something with your life and start asking what you'd want to do with your life instead of asking everybody else on social media and maybe battling and fighting with other people. I think it's maybe time that we let all of that go and focus on ourselves, and that's what I've done. So I share these moments with you to try and help. Please don't get angry with me when I talk about stuff like this. I don't often talk about things like this, but I do think what I saw yesterday when I did some posts, because all I do now is post on social media nice messages of uplifting and kind and caring stuff, but then I don't scan at all. And here I scan a few times and try and message people back as often as I can, but I really won't give up what I've created now in my life, which is peace, to go back to that kind of scary world where it's fairly dark and a bit like the screen, really, the black screen. It's dark, it really can be. So use it well, be careful with it, don't let it take over your life, don't ruin your relationship, don't ruin your relationships with your family and your friends. You know, just if you're ever going out, just put the phone out of the way or stick it in the middle of the table and say to anybody, whoever picks that phone up has to pay for the dinner today, have to pay for everybody's dinner. You know, little tricks like that which will stop you from interacting with a phone when you're together. And when you're going out and enjoying yourself, leave the phone, leave it at home and go out and enjoy yourself. It won't hurt you, I promise you. The only thing that'll happen is the fear that's made, that's a manipulation that has been kind of very cleverly sunk into our whole the whole of humanity, really, because I think a lot of us have changed now, and we really are. We've got to the stage where we're really dependent on our phones and social media. I do understand, guys, as a last point, that some of you can't get out there and it's your only form of communication and connection, and I get that too. So I'm not saying this for everybody, I'm just saying it for the people who know what I'm talking about. The rest of you are living your normal life, you're doing what you're doing and you're living it in balance, and good for you. Okay guys, well, from a beautiful ballet, from a nice fresh fruit coconut Anybody remember? Well, you probably won't. Maybe I'm getting a bit on a bit now. I'm getting a bit old now. But Kid Creole and the Coconuts. Does anybody remember that? Oh Annie, I'm not your daddy. Okay guys, have a great day. I'm gonna drink my drinks now, and then I'm gonna head off somewhere and spend the day in nature. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Bye guys, from my heart to yours.